Hello everyone and welcome to my Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series, and in this episode we're gonna learn how to make an inventory system. But before that we want to do certain things. So first thing is we have a bug and we're gonna remove that bug. So the bug is in the item inspection in the UI. So we're gonna remove that bug. After that we're gonna set up our inventory systems, the basic things, and from the next episode we're gonna learn the inventory UI making and the slot making. So let's first uh, create that remove that debug. So inside your player's third person blueprint, so open your third person. So if you open that up, you're gonna see we have made the start trace function. If you don't know where the start trace function come from, it's from the item inspection by UI series, and we have inherited that item inspection UI series in here. So we're gonna use that item inspection. So the bug is when your player is not tracing the object and the object is returning false, we're gonna in here removing that trace that can interact boolean. But if our this object is not valid, or let's say it's not present in our editor, then this will gonna return a none value and we're gonna remove that one. So that's a simple fix. Just right click on this blue pin and you're gonna see this convert to validate get, and if it's valid, then we're gonna do that and attach it in the false part, the first branch of the false. So if it's valid, it means yes, it is present in our gain. But it is not valid, then yeah, this traced item, it is not present in our game. It means it might have destroyed by some reason. So hit compile and save, and that's the little bug. It will gonna solve the issues. And let's now make a inventory item. So how do you gonna do that? So right click on your custom content browser and create a new folder. I'm gonna call it an inventory, and I'm gonna set a color for this to yep, I might certify with this yellow. Open that up, and inside here we're gonna need a certain things. First thing is a inventory component. So right click and add the blueprint class, and we're gonna need this inventory component. The reason why I'm using this component is because you're gonna just migrate this component to whatever you want, and you're gonna just add this component and it works fine. I'm gonna call it inventory component. So inventory component, save. We might need certain few things. The first thing is inside your blueprint you see this structure. So we need a structure. I'm gonna call it an item structure. Open that up, and we need a few variables. First variable is our item name. I know we have added the item name variable in our the item class, but it's very useful if you add all that variable inside the item structure. Then it will be more efficient. And the item name type would be a text. A new variable called item description. This would be also be a text. Another variable is can be added to our inventory or not. So can be added, because there are certain things we cannot add. Let's say a guitar, you cannot add a guitar to an inventory. So for that case you can't access this variable. The next variable would be the texture 2D, the item icon. This would be a type of texture 2D, the icon of your item. So texture 2D. This one, the object reference. We also need a variable called is stackable. So if your item is stackable or not. Is stackable. What does this mean? So let's say a herb. So you can add let's say 5 herbs in one slot. So yes, it's stackable, but you can't add a certain things in a one slot. So one slot contain only one item, then it's not stackable. So this is what a stackable means. Another is pickup beneficial. So is pickup beneficial? What this pickup beneficial mean is, if you open up an item, if you interact with this to add to your inventory, and let's say it's a pouch, which gonna do is add us 2 more slots to your inventory. So this will gonna trigger 2 in that case, otherwise false. Also a new variable called item class. This is very useful, the item class, and this would be your item type. So if you search for master item, yes, master object we have just created in the last episode, the item inspection UI. So if you search for the master object, and you can find this class reference. If you don't know where this master object came from, it's this, the item we have just created, this one, the master object, all the items. So we have a guitar, a scope, and a slot, this chest. Let's say we want to make a herb from this, so just right click on and create a new item class, and I'm gonna call it a herb. So this would be a herb. Compile and save. And before that we want to do a certain things. So open your master object, and inside here what you want to do, we want to add a variable, and this variable is item structure. So item struct, I'm gonna name it, and type is item structure. Yep, the item structure we have just made, this one. Hit compile and save, and you're gonna see we have made the function, where was it, yep, this one, where you have passing this item name and description. But rather than that, I just delete this, and we're gonna get this from here. So get this item structure, and if you drag a node and hit a break item structure, you're gonna find the item name and item description. We're gonna attach that one to it. If you click on this little icon, you might find all the things we have attached. So hit compile and save. So this is all we have to do now. One thing we also want to make is this one. So go back to your inventory. We have made this item structure. What we also need to make is a slot structure. So what a slot can occupy. So we want to make another structure. We're gonna call it a slot structure. So slot structure struct. Yep. And the first variable is our item structure. So item struct, and the type of this would be an item structure. And we need another variable called a quantity. So how much quantity a slot is having, so a quantity, and this would be an integer, because the quantity would be 1, 2, 3, like that, a whole number. So we have done these two things. We don't need this item name and item description, so just delete that. Yep, on your master object. So if you minimize that and open your item, you might find this one. If you open this scope, you might find this. You can find this item structure. If you open that up, this will open like this. Item name, item description, all the item structure variable we have this. First thing first, in the item class, make sure you set it to your item class, the scope, this one. You don't set this one to none, otherwise it won't work. Another thing you might want to do is, in your item structure, the default value, make the item name default value to none. The reason why we are doing this, it's because we need this in the future, that's why. And we're gonna add a certain more things in our item structure where we need it. So we have done these things, and now we want to do a certain part. So let's make a herb. So we have made this item herb class from this master object, and creating this child blueprint, we have made this herb. This would have all the things of our master class. So the herb would be your let's say a bush. Yep. So hit compile and save, minimize that, and let's add this bush inside our game. So if you hit play and if you go that, you might find that we have this arrow icon, but you can't inspect it whether I'm facing towards it. So why this is happening? It's because the bush doesn't have any collision. If you open this bush static mesh and search for the simple collision, you don't find. So we want to make a collision, so just click on this collision bar, and I'm gonna make it to let's say this one. Yes, I'm satisfied with this, so it's okay for me. It's save, and this might work now. So if you now go to here, why this is happening? The sphere, yes, the sphere is not so big. 3 would be work fine. Yep, the interaction video big enough so we can step up in it. So yes, I am now standing in it, and you can see this E icon, the E. So you can see now I can inspect this up. This static mesh is big enough so it is facing to us, but you can solve this by changing the transform of it. So you can see I am inspecting this herb, and if you hit E again, this is removed. So we have done this all things. Hit save. What we want to do is we want to make a HUD from it. So make a widget blueprint, and I'm gonna call it a HUD, HUD. Open that up. Inside hub, I need this canvas panel, a variable, because we're gonna add our inventory slot in the right side of it, the right portion of it. So that's why we need this HUD. So I'm just gonna call it a canvas, and I'm gonna make this a variable. Hit compile and save, and just close that up. Inside this we want to make another thing, but before that let's open that HUD inside this. So you can make this HUD inside your third person character or your game mode, or let's say your player controller, whatever you want. It doesn't really affect much, but the player character is fine because we're gonna use that every level, so it would be persistent towards your levels. So you can make this in your player character or player controller. This board would be work fine. So search for a begin play, and we're gonna, when our player is start on your game, we're gonna create a widget. The widget would be your HUD, and we're gonna just promote this to one variable. I'm gonna call it a HUD, and we're gonna add this toward viewport. So add to our viewport, add to viewport. Hit compile, save. If you hit play, you can't find this because our HUD is empty, but it is added to our viewport. The HUD is empty, this is why you can't see it, but it is added. Next thing we want to do is open this inventory component, and we need 2 variables. First is our inventory. Obviously we need an inventory. The inventory would be an array, so make this one a inventory slot structure, and this would be an array. So if you click on this little icon, you can find all these things: the single variable, the array, the set, and the map. We need this array, so click on this array, hit compile, save. We also need another variable, and I'm gonna call it a number of slots, and this would be an integer, and the type would be a single integer. This one, the little icon. Hit compile and save, and just delete that. We don't need this tick. And whenever we open this inventory, we want to resize it. So how do you wanna do that? So grab a inventory and get inventory, and get for resize it, because we want to resize it to our number of slots. So on begin play, we're gonna resize it, and this integer would be this number of slots. Hit get and attach it to it. Hit compile. The by default value of this number of slots is 0, but we're gonna change that in our player character. So open that player character and add a component. I'm gonna search for inventory component, and you can find this custom inventory component we just made here. Hit compile and save. And let's say by default our player have 8 slots. So if you click on this inventory component, you're gonna find these slots. So by default it will be 8 slots. Hit compile and save. You can find this inventory array. So let's say you want to start your player character with certain things it has with your player character. So you can just add this inside here by just adding an element. So hit compile and save and close that up. We need 2 variables, so I'm gonna make a UI. So I'm gonna make a variable new folder called UI. Open that up. Now I'm gonna make 2 widget blueprint. First is our inventory window. So this is what our inventory window looks like, and the second would be your slot window. So our inventory slot. So I have made 2 widget blueprint, inventory window and inventory slot. I'm just gonna save that up. So save all. So we have set up all the things we need for our inventory system, and in the next episode we're gonna know how we're gonna make a inventory and how do we gonna toggle that on and off. So this is all for this tutorial now. So thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye. And if you don't know how to make this item, then search for that inventory inspection UI system. Gonna find this, how do you gonna made it. So thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye.